Hello, I'm going to do this video, just something I came across here, about your quantities. Sometimes you might have incorrect quantities, so I have these parts for a job. As you can see, I have some holes that are in the wrong place. So basically, I had this as one assembly, but it was coming up as 4 pieces. So if I go to the assembly detail, it's the last one here. And I didn't tidy it up yet, so let me just clean it up a little bit. Sorry, I have a bit of a head cold. And I'm going to move this over here. Alright, so we'll have a quick look at it. We can see the quantities are 4, and the quantity here is 4. And if we go to the single part, the quantity is 4. So I guess your first thought might be, well, maybe you'll have one behind this. So if I delete that, you can see there's only 1, 1, and 1. Alright, so we'll back out of that to get them back in there. So we'll check the behavior. So if I go to behavior, you can see they're acting as one part. And the behavior, they're acting as one part because I copied it. And same again, behavior, one part. Alright, so this should be 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to work in reverse here. So what I originally did was I didn't have these two, and I had the behavior of this set to 3 in the assembly. Now if I change this to 1, let's see what happens. So I already have figured out what the problem is, just in case you're wondering. Update the detail and we'll see what number this is coming in as. So it's coming in as 2 parts now, even though I have it set to 1 part. And this here is coming in as 4 because I have not updated that yet. So you want to go to update lists, and you can see this will now change to 2. So it's still incorrect. So what I'm going to do is, so it is also updated because I changed the orientation. You can see the top and the bottom view have disappeared. Because it turned this way, and there is no, because the angles were shown up as on the top and on the bottom. So anyway, that's a side matter. So we can see that this is 4. So if we update this, it'll be the same thing. This will change to 2, even though we only have 1. So I want to have 5. So the problem is that we have not numbered all these together, and if I click on this, we can see that the naming of this is also Q1 and this is Q1, so that's my mistake. So Q1 also. So I'm trying to match numbers on a drawing that were given to me. So they received shop drawings and they want to redo the shop drawings. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the behavior of this one, and I'm going to change this back to 3, which is what I originally had it at. So that's going to be 3 assemblies. And then I'm going to select all these and number them. And go to the home tab and number. Okay. And you can see that that A1 number is the old part. So it's confusing it a little bit here. But so the Q2, which was this one, sorry, Q1 has gone to Q2. So it's a little confusing, but this was numbered incorrect. So now once I've renumbered it, it should change to 3 because I've changed the properties in here, the behavior, to 3. So let's see what happens now. Update the detail. And it's actually at 1, and now this is Q1 assembly. So because the numbers have switched over and back, that's not really what I want to do either. So that's a kind of a bit of a pain. It should have changed the numbers the other way for me. So if I update this one now, this one is going to change into that angle. Now I could have went and just changed that number manually. But what I'll do is I'll just go back in, and this was the A1. P7, R7, And then we'll go back here and we'll just select all these, and I'll just create assemblies for them. Sorry, I was playing around with the lightning table, so it's coming in on the wrong. I haven't changed back my drawing process, so I need to do that. So I'll just change it manually to the other sheet. And there you have it. Now, if I update this, I have already updated the orientation. So this should flip. No. Alright. So if you want to flip that, because that's not the way I want it this way. So I'll just change the orientation quickly while I'm in here. I've done it in numerous other videos, but it's quite useful. And we'll flip this around, the top and bottom view will go, and we'll be left with the section, which we can put over here, and the number, and I'll probably rotate that section. Alright, but basically it's just about your quantities. So we can see now that the quantity is 3 parts for Q3. So that's good. And if we go to Q1, it's now this angle, or sorry, and the Q2. Let's see what the quantities are for the Q2. So there's no part detail for that yet. So select everything. Go back here to your parts on the B. Okay. And it should only create that one part. Now, as you can see, that's creating more than one part. So maybe I have my settings wrong. So I'm just going to go into the output and see how many drawings I have in here now, because it might have created a bit of a mess in here. Yeah, so we have extra of everything. So just go in and delete these. I have to go back in and change that setting. So delete all those. Okay. And go to home and management tools and defaults and drawing general and allow duplicate drawings. I do not want that on ever, really, only when I'm playing around with stuff. So now let's check our part detail of this, and the part detail is coming in as 3 parts. All right, and then when you go to do your material list, we'll come in here and go to material list ADM, and we'll have a quick look at that while we're doing this. And we can see that we have 6 A1, yeah, so that's good. 3 Q2s, okay. 1 Q1, which is the angle, and then we have 3 of the R1s, which is that plate was called R1 for some reason, and there's a plate P1 and a plate P7. Alright, so that's everything. Alright, I hope that helps. Just kind of showing you how your quantities, generally if you have any issues with your quantities, it's going to be because you've numbered something the same as something else, and it's just confusing the system. So alright, take care.